Welcome back to the show. This year's cohort of global young leaders selected by the World Economic Forum is a dynamic community of a who's who of under the age of 40. We're very, very pleased to be joined this morning by our next guest. He is the president of Templeton World Charity Foundation, Dr. Andrew Serazin. Did I say that right?
You got it, Philip.
Good morning. Welcome back to the show.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Last year around this time, I think we were talking 1, 2, 3, math.
That's right. Yeah. And something even more complicated than that.
Right, exactly. But listen, you are being noted as a leading change agent, a change maker by the World Economic Forum. What does that mean?
Well, I think the World Economic Forum is the international organization for public-private partnership, and in simple language, that means people that are just interested in getting stuff done. And whether that's business leaders or academics or nonprofit leaders, just people that wanted to make a positive difference in the world.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, this is really a significant, I think, selection, not just for you and Templeton, but also for the Caribbean. I believe you're the only person who's been selected from the Caribbean out of about 100 or so worldwide, and thousands, of course, who would have been nominated. I mean, that is truly impressive.
Well, it's a great honor to represent this region. It's a region that our founder, Sir John Templeton, called his home since 1965 until his passing in 2009. And so I see this as a testament to the people of the Bahamas and to what being an island nation is all about, and what we can then teach the world about how to live. And so it's a great honor to be nominated and selected, and also represent what I think is a unique place here. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, when we talk about Sir John, of course, he's got tremendous legacy in the Bahamas in so many different areas, whether it's YPO or junior achievement, but certainly when we talk about science and spiritual progress and technology and innovation, you know, these are the things that really combined to and the foundation really of what you do with the Templeton World Charity Foundation. Just elaborate a little bit on your work.
Sure. So our mission statement is that we fund scientific breakthroughs and practical tools for the human search for meaning, purpose, and truth. And so we're trying to apply scientific research and knowledge towards these really important questions about what it means to be human.
Right.
What's our purpose? How do we generate meaning in life? A good example is our Laws of Life program here in the Bahamas, which we ask young students to write an essay on a law, whether that's gratitude or forgiveness or humility, and the importance of these social relationships. And all of that's inspired by an understanding of spirituality and the importance of human purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a wonderful program. You are around the world. I mean, obviously you spoke about what you do here in the Bahamas, but I believe in your 45 plus countries and several hundred projects around the world.
That's right. Yeah. So over 200 projects in 45 countries. We just have a new program that we're launching on Saturday, announcing the first awards on global character. So the science of building character strengths around the world, and that's something that have projects in Honduras, in Sri Lanka, in Kenya, in Barbados, and so we are a global foundation. We're headquartered right here.
Absolutely, in beautiful Bahamas, of course. So the initiative of the World Economic Forum's Dynamic Global Leaders Program is a 5-year program.
That's right.
What are you expecting over these next several years?
Yeah, I'm really expecting to meet a cohort of people who have the interest and the influence to change the world in a positive way. And more specifically, you know, my mission within this, I think what we represent and what I represent is a kind of vision for the future that just doesn't focus on material progress. What we are about is spiritual progress, the progress of the human spirit, the progress of trying to find meaning and purpose. So I think we find that there are some limits to economic progress, in the sense that just because you earn a certain amount of money doesn't
Right.
mean you're happy, doesn't
Correct.
mean that you're
Correct.
fulfilled.
Correct.
And what we try and do is find the world's best minds to produce really good research and really good practical interventions to help
Yeah.
people do that. So that's what I think is unique about our mission. It's, I think, a unique voice in the World Economic Forum, which, as part of its name, is
Yeah.
focus on economics
Correct.
and
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
But I think even businesses are increasingly recognizing that human relationships and relationships in general are really central to progress,
Yeah.
and that's what we represent.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, it speaks to the bottom line of who we are. I mean,
That's right.
obviously, whether you're talking economics, whether you're talking politics, whether you're talking society, at the core of all of that is human interaction.
That's right.
And I think it's a wonderful selection that somebody like you, and of course representing Templeton, will now be a part of that global interface for change. As you say, improving the state of the world is one of their missions, and of course through philanthropy, you've been quite successful in doing this. Have you had an opportunity to review and kind of meet some of the persons for this year?
Not yet,
Not yet,
actually.
okay.
Just I know some former young global leaders.
Okay.
I'll be going on tomorrow
Okay.
to meet with. Have an introductory orientation session. So, but they're business leaders, they're political leaders, they are scholars
Yeah.
of one kind, or nonprofit leaders.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Along a whole different range of interests, and
Yeah.
and they are all just committed to using their talents and gifts in a positive way.
Definitely a broad range of persons from all over the world, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
We'll kind of end on this note because Sir John is looking over us right now. But when we talk about philanthropy, which is really kind of at the core of the service that you provide and the mission and the type of person that he was, what role do you think that philanthropy plays in the overall scheme of things globally?
Well, I think it plays an amazing role. I mean, philanthropy literally means love of humans.
Okay.
And so it sometimes can get there's a lack of clarity about what that really means. But fundamentally, it's about love of people. And so this mission to recognize the importance of human relationships, of our relationships
Right.
with ourselves, our relationships with God.
Right.
These kinds of human relationships are essential, and at the heart of every person is also love. And so I think philanthropy can play a huge role because it's not encumbered by short-term business cycles or political cycles.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really the only institution that is kind of free in truly to think about the long term, and that's how Sir John made his career so successful, is because he thought in 100-year terms, and that's what he challenged us to do in philanthropy and in our work, is to think about really what matters over the long term and try and get there. So number one, it's a free, philanthropy is free to choose its own course, and it's also free to work with whoever is aligned, has good alignment with its goals. So I think there's a kind of semi-permeable boundary between philanthropy, business, government that can work together to solve problems, and each using its own skills and resources and own role to achieve change. And so that's true everywhere in the world. It's true in the Bahamas, and we're just thrilled to be a part of that.
Well, certainly we're thrilled to have you here, doing a tremendous work as president of the Templeton World Charity Foundation, and of course now recognized as a young global leader. Of course, we knew that a long time ago. Congratulations, Andrew.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.